Hi guys, this is Jade from Trans System, and I'm actually going to be posting the Jennifer's body review that I made after this video, but I just ended up filming that one. But yeah, this video I wanted to do a little alter intro. Like, we might end up doing like trans first, I don't know. But like for me, I'm just like, okay, like I'm at least gonna be the first one to make one of these, because yeah, I was actually one that came with the idea. So so basically, like Trent ended up saying in our live update video, if y'all haven't seen it, like it'd be somewhere on the screen. But yeah, part of our live update that happened while we were away from YouTube for like over 2 years, almost over 2 years, is that we found out that we're a system. Like, we're not diagnosed yet, because we also haven't been in therapy since last November, but we kind of figured out at some point that we're a system. And like, a system is basically a term that you can use if you have DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, or any other things like OSDD, other specified dissociative disorder. And you can actually call yourself like system, plural, multiple, and then like also call like the different like people that are in your head, like headmates, alters, sides, versions, whatever. Like, yeah, some people might even say personalities, but I think that one's technically outdated, because that would go along with the original term for DID, which is multiple personality disorder. But at some point, people found out that it's not a personality disorder, it's actually a dissociative disorder. I do want to get professionally diagnosed with it, but right now, yeah, we do feel strongly that this is actually what's been one of the things that's been going on with us. And yeah, which would make a lot of sense, because of, yeah, like Trent is a trans man, and he basically for a while was like, oh yeah, like I am a trans man, I'm just a man, I don't want to do anything like that girly with me. Like, he is androgynous, but you know, like he doesn't want to do anything like that we consider like girly sexual wise, or like sex wise. But then like I was once just like, like I'm fine with the body. Like, I don't actually have like gender dysphoria or body dysmorphia, but there will be times where he would actually be like, okay, you know, like I'm trans and stuff, and then if I would be around, be like, oh, like, you know, let's do like this stuff, like I actually like the body, then like, yeah, we'd be like so focused on that, and then he like snap out of it and be like, why was I doing that? You know, like, I can't like this thing because I'm a trans man. Like, that makes me less of a trans man. Like, am I a trans trender? Am I a trans faker? Because I like doing this thing, like, maybe, like, at random. And then, well, one, technically, like, you can have, like, a whole bunch of different, like, preferences, or, like sexual things. But, like, two, it's also because of, yeah, and being a system. And then that was me actually popping up. Yeah, like me being like, I consider myself like genderqueer, but me being also like more of the feminine one and being, you know, body positive, I'm actually fine with like, you know, like certain sexual things. And that's basically why he thought, you know, like, oh, like he's a transgender, is because, yeah, like I would actually be fine with the things that he's not fine with, and like, you know, I would be like hyper fixated on that thing, and then if he's actually like brought back out like fully after I do something, he's just like, oh my god, like I'm weird or something, like, yeah. And then like we'd also end up having arguments too, because like for a while there, yeah, we kind of like, at least like he hated me, so and for a while there he hated me. Because again, it's just like not really understanding what's going on with us. It's like, yeah, and would make it seem like it was a bad thing, like, oh, like, yeah, it's a Jade day, I'm having a Jade day and stuff. Like, it made it seem like a bad thing for me to be out. Yeah, I did actually do some bad things as well, like trying to stalk some ex-friends and like copy with their art. But yeah, that was probably why for a bit there he was saying that, like, you know, like, yeah, like he doesn't want to have me around, and like yeah, like if it's one of my days, it's a bad day basically. And like, yeah, like I am more emotional and stuff. I would actually say I'm one of the emotional parts of EPs, which is basically an alter who has a lot of emotions and can sometimes not seem like they're like a normal part, but you can actually have an apparently normal part also be an emotional part. Because like I can't actually do like normal things and seem like, oh yeah, like we're fine, like, you know, like, yeah, like we're not traumatized, we're not a system, everything's fine. But usually the ones that are out, you know, trying to make it seem like we're like acting normal are Trent and Jaden, because they're like the main like hosts, like co-hosts. So yeah, and like hosts are just authors who are out fronting the most. Looking at basic information is that, again, like my name is Jade. I actually came up with that name because of an ex-friend, but yeah, because it was actually like her friend, who was also another one of my ex-friends. She was saying like, oh, she'd rather have her middle name be her first name, which was Jade, and at the time I was like wanting to like copy the ex-friends, because like if like they end up seeing me being like them, they want to be friends with me again. I want to be friends with us again. And so that's why I ended up being like, okay, my name's Jade, but found out when I grew up there, remembering some of the freaking shows that we liked as a kid, that like probably also got those names or end up liking that name for myself because of all the shows that we watched as a kid. Because yeah, like some of these shows some people won't know, but there's a show called Sky Dancers. There's a character named Jade on there, and there's a show called Victorious, and there's also a character named Jade on there. And there's a show for the doll line Bratz with a character also named Jade on there. And like they were actually like some of the favorite characters of ours on those shows. And then the funny thing is, Jade from Victorious is actually like supposed to be like goth, an alt girl. So yeah, so like, yay, that works. It's like, no wonder I'm also like alt now, yeah, because of her. Yeah, so like technically my name did come from like an ex-friend's middle name, but I basically like realized now that I can actually see it as also like getting the name from some characters from shows that we liked as a kid, not just because like, oh, ex-friend. So yeah. And then there's also the guitarist from AFI named Jade. That's the only guy though. Because I was just like, you know, like we mainly think of the name Jade as like a girl's name, so like, yeah, I guess that can work for me. as well. But then it's like, yeah, one of Trent's favorite bands is AFI, and found out that the guitarist's name is Jade, and like, it's like, okay, that could be a gender neutral name, and with me being genderqueer, that also works. So yay! And like, here's the genderqueer wristband we actually got this past weekend at a pride festival we went to. So, I think it's nice that we actually keep finding genderqueer stuff. And yeah, and so like, yeah, so like, that's my name, and the gender I would say is genderqueer. Should probably say more like gender fluid or non-binary, because of me feeling like I'm like mostly feminine, but I'm also like fine with being seen as like a guy or like androgynous, yeah. But like, I'm used to saying genderqueer because that's the first term that we learned about back in middle school is genderqueer because of the YouTuber Joy Blonde Wolf 2. Because, yeah, like, she's also genderqueer, but now I didn't find out gender fluid, but still. And Joey's fine with, like, he and she pronouns, and, like, we just got to stick calling Joey a she. We'll see. But, yeah, but, like, yeah. Because then that's how I found out about the term genderqueer, and I could just used to saying that now, so that's why, like, I end up saying I'm genderqueer at least. And yeah, even though technically the term genderqueer just means like maybe being like confused about your gender, but you know you're not cis. But again, I see it as more like being both like girl and boy, or just like middle or something like that. And like, yeah, that's how I can see myself. And yeah. And then, yeah, pronouns, I can use she, they. And again, most people probably say she, her, but like, again, being genderqueer, I'll be fine with also they too. Because of, well, like, being whichever. Yeah, I can be like a girl or like androgynous guy, whatever, I don't know. Sexuality is bisexual, which a lot of people probably don't like. Because when somebody says they're genderqueer or non-binary and bisexual, but that's also what I'm used to saying is bisexual. Oh well. Yeah, and my system role, I would say, is like I already said emotional part. I'd also say like sexual protector. And like maybe a bit of a trauma holder. Because yeah, like I would actually say that I actually hold like some of the trauma from childhood as well, and that's also how like, I was created, is because of bullying. But then also I would say that I'm a sexual protector because of, yeah, again, like I'm the one that's more comfortable with the body, so I would be the one to help in sexual situations if like Trent wasn't feeling good with it. So yeah, so like you'd have to try it on me first before him. Anyway, like stuff like that. Even though our last relationship that we also talked about in a life update video, I kind of felt like I failed with my role because we basically let our partner, like our ex, rape us multiple times. Because, yeah, like I thought, well, like all of us kind of thought, you know, like it is consensual because, you know, we're dating, we're living together, it's fine. But found out that technically wasn't consensual because sometimes like our ex would be throwing tantrums just because they haven't had sex for the day. and we would feel like we would have to, storm into the room or whatever and have sex with them in order for them to shut up, and so we can go to sleep, because they would not stop bugging us until we had sex with them, even if it was a work night for us. Like if we had to go to bed early so we could go to work the next day. Because like we were waking up for work at 6 a.m. to actually make sure we were ready before having been at work at 8:30 a.m. But we ended up changing our schedule to going in at 6:30 a.m. because our ex ended up working next door to us, and we wanted to take the same car to work, so since they had to be in at 6 usually, we ended up changing our schedule so we could actually go into work at 6:30. So we'd have to wake up at 5 a.m. So yeah, that would obviously cause a problem. We had to stay up all night comforting our partner and then have sex with them until maybe like 2 or 3 a.m. But again, like, we would try to tell them, like, good night, we love you, like we need to go to bed and stuff, and then they just keep going on and on with the, like, tantrum and, like, whining and stuff, and it's like, fine, we'll have sex with you, and then, like, found out that that's technically peer pressure, that's technically them forcing us to have sex with them. So yeah, so I kind of felt like I didn't protect our system that much during that situation. But our cousin did say that, like, you can't always protect your system. It's like you can't always protect people outside of your system. I still felt bad about that. But yeah, I mean, I still say that I'm a sexual protector, and then also kind of hypersexual. Cause I mean, like, yeah, like, seriously, like, this outfit, like, I'm fine with showing cleavage. Like, if the crop top wanted to work for me, be like, I'm fine with showing cleavage, and I'm fine with showing my belly if I didn't have the skirt on my waist, and yeah. Like, yeah, and like, I might be like one of the ones that would actually make sexual jokes. Like, Trent also does that, but yeah. Like, I'd be like the girl version of it, but anyway. And yeah, like, and I'm also one that likes to, like, obviously wear crop tops, and also, like, skirts and stuff. And, like, I didn't write that down, like, none of us have written that down for our, like, styles and stuff, but that's basically, like, my style, I guess. Like, I try to look like a pastel goth, basically. And yeah, basically, I guess you can say kind of like a sexual way, I don't know. And like, I like crop tops, and yeah, I like skirts, and dresses, and also tights, fishnets, and maybe the spikes and chains, and yeah, obviously fine with showing my belly and boobs, but yeah. So that's basically like how like I usually look, and yeah, and that can go off again being hypersexual, but also if an alter is hypersexual, that doesn't give you the right to make sexual comments towards them without permission. It doesn't mean that you can rape them. We're actually finding that out now. So we found that out with our ex. I'm like, okay, just because if I'm out and I'm like, like the one that's like hypersexual, and yeah, like, doesn't mean that like our partner even can like, just randomly be sexual towards us without permission. And then like I also help like with like body positivity, because yeah, we've struggled with like weight problems and stuff for a while now. As a part of our bullying as a kid, our bullies would, mainly call our original, which we call Tiffany. And then, like, yeah, the bullies would call her, fat and, like, ugly and stuff. And it's just because, like, she has, like, like, a little bit of a tummy, which is actually normal. But, of course, because of how society is, especially in the early 2000s when we were born, yeah, people were saying, like, oh, no, you have to be, like, stick thin. Like, you need to have a flat stomach. And yeah, since we don't have, like, I don't think we've ever had a flat stomach. Yeah, that's why obviously our bullies would say, like, oh yeah, like, ugly, fat, yeah. So I feel like as one of the things that I do is actually around to the body positive. And yeah. Because, like, I'm fine with, like, like all the things. And yeah, like, trying to learn how to actually take care of our body better than we did before. But yeah. And yeah, I already mentioned it in the Jennifer's body review. But again, post that later, like, after this one. Already mentioned it in that review video, but I was mentioning again on here because we uploaded first, that basically how we were saying that we got, like, traumatized about first bullies is because of us basically being told that, fat, ugly, and, like, we need to be, like, sexual and watch horror movies, stuff like that, in order to be popular and cool and be friends with those girls. And so I feel like that's why I appeared, is so I could actually, help Tiffany blend in. Oh yeah, and the original is actually the, original, like, personality, alter state that you're born with. Technically some people don't really, believe in that now, but everything makes sense. But, like, I don't know, like, people could tell us in the comments, and, like, they'd rather not hear about, like, or talk about, like, original stuff. But yeah. But yeah, I feel like I was actually brought up to help Tiffany with that. Like, I was supposed to, obviously now help with body positivity, but, like, also originally I was, like, split off in order to help her blend in with the bullies. Like, okay, I am sexual, I do like horror movies, I can be friends with them now. So yeah. Yeah. And then again, that's why I ended up watching a bit of horror movies as a kid. It's because of that. I'm trying to blend in with the bullies. Like, so that's my origin story. I guess some other things about me is, I said that my color scheme, like, aesthetic, like, to obviously go along with pastelgoth stuff, is, like, the main colors I would use would be black, blue, and pink, which obviously explains my outfit, because the wig is, like, blue ombre, and then obviously fishnet top is pink, and then, like, a tight skirt and crop top are black. And then, like, you can have little earrings on that are pink. Yeah. And so that's my aesthetic. And the reason I have this like, wig is not because it could possibly look like Billie Eilish. It's actually because of me feel like I'm actually a mermaid, and that is actually a thing, is alters being different species, because again, like, yeah, they closed indically at the beginning of the video, but dissociative disorders appear in a child if the child goes through something really traumatic according to the child's brain. And not everything that every child goes through will be like so dramatic or so traumatic to cause dissociative disorder. Like some kids can go through certain thing like bullying and be completely fine and be like, okay, yeah, like I'm still one person, like I know what my personality is and like I'm not affected by it. And then other kids can go through bullying and, you know, come out with like a lot of alters and like a lot of different like personalities because of DID or something. I think it's something like that. Like this depends on how the child brain like processes something like that, and like how like traumatic the child brain sees it as. And like I think, or we think that because of how Tiffany is, like, you know, like she's like nice, innocent, caring, and think that she thinks that everybody likes her. That's probably why, after all the bullying, she kind of developed different personalities. It's because the child brain couldn't handle that. And then we also had problems with our parents and at home. So yeah. And again, a way for the brain to cope is to have alternate ego states, alternate personality states to help the child cope with it. Like, okay, this one personality can't cope with this, so this other personality will have to cope with it in their place. So, well, that's what happened with us too. So, like, back to me being a mermaid, it's like, I would say that probably happened because of us, like, one, almost, like, I don't think we actually, like, were almost drowning, but we were, like, freaking out in pool at one point. Like, we couldn't swim. We actually learned how to swim finally in 2022. But, yeah, I'd say that possibly, like, it was, like, me helping us learn how to swim back then. And then also, like, maybe we, like, keeping us kind of calm when we were, like, kind of freaking out over thinking that we were going to drown in our great uncle pool. So, yeah, and then we can't swim, but we couldn't swim until, like, 2022, so, like, that was maybe a traumatic experience. So, like, okay, we need a mermaid altar. But then also, like, we were obsessed with, like, the Little Mermaid movies, so that would also explain why, like, they end up being a mermaid, because, like, like Tiffany also, like, we like some magical creatures in general, so, like, okay, so, like, it could have been that thing, like, maybe if, like, one of us was, like, a mermaid, we'd be able to, like, like, survive some of these things, so, yeah. And that's basically what happened, I guess. It was, like, yeah. Like, me being a mermaid, I don't have a tail yet, but I'd say that my tail would probably be, like, mainly blue, maybe some pink, like, on the fin, I don't know, maybe. I said maybe this wig actually matches the whole mermaid thing, so, yeah. The blue ombre matches mermaid aesthetic, yay, yeah. Well, like, yeah, it's nice that I'm actually, like, mermaid of the system, or at least like one of them. And, like, yeah, because, like, me and, like, Tiffany would also, like, cope with things by, like, watching movies and shows, and was really obsessed with, like, The Little Mermaid. So, yeah, I had, like, some favorite bands, shows that, like, I'm actually not one of those, like, poser goths and say like, oh, pastel goth, I don't listen to music. I actually do listen to some goth music. Like my favorite bands are like Switchblade Symphony, Susan Banshees, the Scary Bitches, the Birthday Massacre. Yeah. And those are the goth bands that I listen to. And then some other like people that listen to that like consider like alternative be like Billie Eilish and Lily Martinez. And then of course end up also listening to some like K-pop and stuff too. Oh my. And K-pop and J-pop like Blackpink, Red Velvet, Twice, Dreamcatcher, AKB48. Yeah. And then also just like other like popular bands and singers too. Like Evanescence, even though like I don't count them as emo. And also yeah, like Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, Shakira. Yeah. So like I have like a mix of like goth and pop and stuff like going on. That's also what I think could go along with the whole pastel goth thing. Even though it seems like pastel goths don't really listen to goth music, it's like, hey, yeah, like I'm one of the weird ones that actually listen to goth music. Oh my. And yeah. I don't know, just like some hobbies I have are like drawing, singing, and like belly dancing, cheerleading. We actually weren't in cheerleading, but we've actually always liked cheerleading since a kid. Because my mom was actually a cheerleader for a little bit, and she introduced us to the show Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders Making the Team. So like yeah, we ended up liking cheerleading, and I'm like the main one that likes it. So I'd say like I do cheerleading, but it's mainly just me copying like cheerleading basic videos on YouTube. It's fine. And same thing with belly dancing. Never actually went to like a class or anything. We also got introduced to it from my mom on the TV. And now I end up doing some belly dancing sometimes. Like, yeah, along with some YouTube videos, so yay. It's like, yeah, main hobbies though, belly dancing, cheerleading, singing, and drawing. And yeah. I guess we also cosplaying, because like, most of our system cosplays. We need to get back into that. I almost forgot to say, I think, I was saying that my age is 18, but like, now I don't know if it'd be more 18 or maybe 22 is it the body age, or would I go back and forth between like 18 and whatever body age we are? Yeah, something maybe. And the main thing is I'm an adult, and I feel like that works for me for being the sexual protector. It's like, yeah, don't want the sexual protector to be like a minor, or at least because of like being the hypersexual sexual protector, don't want that off to be a minor. So yeah, like I'm that one, I'm the adult. Like I'm an adult. Yeah. And yeah. I don't really know what year I split off. I don't really know the exact time. We say that maybe the year is like 2008, maybe 2009, maybe 2008 I think. I don't know like what specific month it was. Like it would be so nice if I was able to be like, oh yeah, like I'm like this sun sign. Because I know like the exact day that I split off. Like I don't, because that was so long ago, and that was when he was like 6. So all I can remember is probably 2008. So yeah. So yeah, I'll probably start off in 2008. I guess like other things would be like favorite movies, I guess. I would say like, both versions of The Little Mermaid, because there is actually an anime version, which I think Grandpa bought for us on DVD. And I guess there's an anime version of Little Mermaid, which is actually accurate to the Hans Christian Andersen story. It's not the Disney version. The Disney version is happy. But yeah, we do like the Disney version too. And we like, but like, I do like the Disney and anime versions of Little Mermaid. And also, like, other favorite movies we like, Jennifer's Body, But I'm a Cheerleader, Aquamarine, Bobby Mermaidia, and stuff like that. Like, mainly anything that involves cheerleaders and mermaids. So yeah, stuff like that. And some shows would be like Bratz, Monster High, like I already mentioned, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders Making a Team. Then also the Netflix show that I'm watching now, that's America's Sweethearts Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. What else do I like? H2O. And yeah, I think I could count maybe American Horror Story. I don't know. I didn't write that down, but that might be another one. Me. And then some like anime, which I guess could kind of like shows as well. Be like Sailor Moon, Tokyo Mew Mew, Magical Girl Ore, Orange no Furo Jijo, Orange no Furo Jijo. Again, oh yeah, Cheer Boys, yeah, that one's fun. But yeah, those, like most of those we can animate has the same pattern too, like mermaids, cheerleading, or just magical girls. So yeah. But yeah, so that's also like my little theme there. Is like, yeah, like magical girls, cheerleading, or mermaids, yeah. And sometimes a sexual shit too. But yeah, like, we did watch some of like Pixie Lux's alterintros. That's, I'm like trying to remember like what else should I say? Like she said for like her alterintros. Like they said for their alterintros. Like, I don't know. Like favorite foods, I guess. Like strawberry ice cream, ramen, udon, mozzarella sticks. Like strawberries, cherries. Yeah, that's also part of my aesthetic too. Is like, like anything that has strawberries and cherries on them. Even like watermelons, yeah, like watermelon too. So yeah. And like, I'm usually the one that'll drink water or lemonade. That's fun. Like, having lemonade with mozzarella sticks is fun. It's nice. And it's like favorite YouTubers. Yeah, like if you can't tell, would also be like some favorite YouTubers would be like It's Black Friday and Mighty Danger, because they're two goths, and yeah. So you get some of my information from them. And also Seafoam Kitten ASMR, as all of us are obsessed with ASMR. That's one of the ones I like. And like I also mentioned already, Pixie Locks. That's where I get my like pastel inspiration from, is Pixie Locks. Yeah. And then like nicknames, we don't actually give ourselves like nicknames, surprisingly. But like nicknames for me that I'm fine with would be like mermaid. Be like, hey, that's the mermaid. And like baby girl, stuff like that. Favorite animal would be dolphins, which also goes along with the whole mermaid aesthetic vibe, yeah. And then like, I'm not one of the big gamers in our system. The main gamers are, I think, Jade and Nitro. But the video games that I like are Lollipop Chainsaw, American Geese Alice, Alice Madness Returns. I was gonna say Berry Witch, but we haven't actually watched playthrough of it fully. Oh yeah, Butterfly Soup is a fun one too. That was nice. Yeah, and Life is Strange. Yeah, that one's fun. But yeah. Yeah, and my appearance in the inner world is basically like this. Cause yeah, I do like how this wig looks, and it's like okay, like I'll have this kind of hair, and mainly be wearing, like I said, like pink, black, and blue things, and like it would probably have like some kind of like skin revealing type of clothing on, like crop tops and like show some cleavage, and yeah. And like I do have like pierced ears, pierced belly button, and then like yeah, if I have a tail, like it might be more of like blue but with some pink on the fin. Yeah, I have to go because my iPod's about to die. So it's maybe explain in a world at some point in another video. But yeah, that's mostly information about me. Like again, like I'm Jade, Mermaid System, yay. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope y'all actually like these like alter intros, maybe. Or some people just think I'm crazy and should be off of YouTube, but yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching. Peace, creatures.